In their news conference today, Minneapolis police emphasized they would not be repeating the shooter's name. Chief O'Hara says the gunman's manifesto spewed hate against many groups, idolized mass shooters, and showed he acted in order to gain notoriety. Our investigative team is continuing to learn more about the history of the shooter and is finding some early red flags. AJ Legault reports.
Within a half an hour of the shooting, two pre-scheduled videos appeared to YouTube. The first, an arsenal of bullets and guns, paying ode to other mass shooters. Their names scribbled on the sides. In the second, hands flipped through the pages of what we now know to be Robin Westman's manifesto, written in Cyrillic, using alphabet letters as a code to spell out English words. They tell a story of hate.
I was in the same class with him. It was very devastating.
Josefina Sanchez knew the killer as a child, a fellow student at another Twin Cities Catholic school, St. Agnes in St. Paul.
So I was watching the news, and then they were trying to figure out who it was, and then I seen his picture pop up. And I was like, hey, he looks familiar.
You guys were in 6th grade together.
6th grade and 7th grade.
Josefina knew the shooter as Robert. They appear on the same page of the school's 2014-2015 yearbook. Looking back, she says Westman had what she considered at the time as just odd obsessions.
And he was fascinated with World War II, so that was definitely a red flag.
When you said fascinated with World War II, do you mean Nazis?
Yes, yeah.
Hitler?
Right, Hitler, Nazis. He would salute. Yes, he would salute to Hitler and definitely do it when the teachers weren't watching, when nobody was really watching, but with his close friends he would.
The manifesto references an obsession with school shootings and violence that dated back to 7th grade. The coded notebooks for Josefina also bring back memories of her classmate.
He would write in code, Morse code, on a sheet of paper, and I didn't know what that was, but it was definitely triggering when I seen the book on the news.
The book filled with anti-Semitic, anti-Christian, anti-minority, political hate.
When I recognized him on the news, I looked back and I was like, there's definitely red flags.
Our team's been continuing to work to decipher the online manifesto. We just recently discovered that there was consideration to attack a different location, a show in town where the killer thought there was a good chance of finding families and children before ultimately settling on the Annunciation School. The described motive was nothing more than causing the suffering of innocent children.
Well, and AJ, the chief today was saying he spewed hate against almost every group except one, and that was mass shooters.
Yeah.
And I understand from your reporting yesterday that he'd said some comments to fellow classmates at one point in the past, and supposedly those classmates had told their parents or adults, but it doesn't appear that that ever was raised beyond that level. I mean, I know when people look back, they say, how could these red flags not have been noticed or dealt with at an earlier time? But in all of your reporting so far, have you found any indication that law enforcement was aware of these red flags?
No, it certainly seems like law enforcement was never made aware. The FBI said today, in the press conference, that they were not aware. We don't know exactly how, that was handled with a child who at the time would have been in 6th and 7th grade.
All right. Thank you, AJ.